Hello gaming tankers. Today's video is featuring very compatible tanks. They make quite the destructive duo. And that is the Begleitpanzer and the Ignis Purgatio. One of them you can earn for free, just put some time and effort in, whenever you want. The other one is currently available through an op because Warhammer is back. You can get the Ignis Purgatio through this operation, or you can get the Teeth Breakup. I got the Ignis Purgatio back when Warhammer first appeared for console, and yeah, how could I pass up another Era 2 missile chugger that is also a multi-weapon system? Now, a theme between these two videos is not the best tanking you'll see, but a little bit more of the realistic side of, mostly being accurate and hitting the target. But speaking of accuracy, the one difference between these two tanks, or fighting vehicles, is the primary cannon. Please note here the accuracy being demonstrated by the Begleitpanzer's autocannon. That is something you don't really get with a Purgatio. Now please note, I was aiming for that little gap for the doorway. I did achieve threading the needle with the ATGM. I did not hit a tank. That was the unlucky part, but hey, that was still a pretty good shot, and I think that should be rewarded. That fall, well, the Begleitpanzer is a bit tough, so yay. Yeah. So, and this is why this match is being featured, because of the differences. Both tanks very mobile. Begleitpanzer is faster, but you have a very similar playstyle, and when you want to switch between autocannons and the missiles. So that's why, if you do a side-by-side comparison, they're very similar. And I feel like they both are the same playstyle. You can sort of play them at range, but you really do want to move around, get close, and tear apart the enemy. Definitely want to do that with the Ignis Purgatio, but more on that later. Now, airfield actually does sort of work to the advantage of the Begleitpanzer because it's very traversable, and that's kind of handy for this type of match. We'll just do what I did and make believe that there was a tank on the side of the hill I could see, not the other side of the hill that I couldn't, actually shoot through. That happens, okay? I'm all for the Hail Mary shot. Yeah, back to here the match is now wrapping up, and lo and behold, the final tank on the enemy team is an Ignis Purgatio. So I am definitely trying to get there as fast as I can, although not as intellectually as I can, as I seem to just want to find a jump that'll have me flip over backwards. And that is something I take into consideration as I finally come upon to what appears to be a glyph. I was like, ooh, E-brake, yep. Light tank, I've already done my Dukes of Hazzard jump already, so that poor M60. Now, that's the one thing you have to worry about the Ignis Purgatio, is that when it's up close, it is, like a lot of these multi-weapon systems, very terrifying. Missed with the ATGM, should have let it more, but here, as you can see, I pretty much have continuous fire except when I know my turret isn't going to keep up. And while moving backwards and forwards previously, dead on. I don't think none of the shots went wide. The bloom was very focused still on the Ignis Purgatio. That's the kind of accuracy. I have only 3 skills on this commander, and vents is the only thing that can boost my accuracy. It's a 0.24 accuracy on the primary outgun. My Ignis Purgatio that is going to be featured shortly here is 6 skills on the commander and nothing so far for accuracy. I'm working on a stealth build, and now I'm finally gotten frustrated with the accuracy of the autocannon, and really we'll be focusing on that for going forward. But its accuracy is 0.32. It's actually really horrible. It's not really good for long distance shots or even up close shots. And like something I noticed, I haven't gotten into the tech tree line for the French tanks, but I do have the AMX 13 TCM SS 13. The French light tank missile trucker, okay? The one with the missiles, alright? And I've noticed there's, I don't know if this is common in other, it sort of is with other multi-weapon systems, but with these two tanks that both have horrible accuracy, which I don't think they need to be so horribly accurate, but that's, I guess, something the French tanks at this, they're based on or come from. Switching from the missiles to the autocannon, if I were to immediately start shooting, like if I just held down the trigger while switching, the first round out of that autocannon, the primary autocannon, it flies wide. I don't know why, even though I'm standing still, without moving the turret or anything. It is such a weird, like, there's a transition bump. Like, instead of being, it feels like almost the camera shift in perspective causes a physical reaction in the tank, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's something that always irritates me, because it already impedes the accuracy. And then shooting at distance, it's a lot of, well, I hope I'm accurate enough. And even getting in close, you might see this here where, wow, this autocannon really likes to just shoot it in the general area of a tank that is closer than it's closer, but it's still not close enough to be relatively accurate, and that's very frustrating. And why I'm like, yeah, okay, I probably should focus on accuracy first, stealth second, and that's the main difference. But yep, once you lay that missile in and you get in afterwards with the autocannon, it's like, yeah, the health bar just bleeds away, and I love that. Now, speaking of French tanks, there's some more lovely shooting. That happened. We have our days, you know. You're focusing more on getting in there and not realizing what the terrain looks like. But you get the Benris here. And I'm assuming I just caught this tank on the reload, because that squid attack usually just means they just keep shooting through the smoke, and as they backed up, I'm not sure what happened there. If I feel like that tank was both simultaneously hit by myself and another tank, but my ATGM went in like a split second later, because I thought my ATGM had set the tank on fire and done like a good chunk of damage, but apparently it was like it got hit. I think it may have been hit by another ATGM, because my ATGM popped the top and I got the kill, which was very interesting. So, yeah, that's the fun you can have with the Purgatio. And now here we all come across everyone's favorite heavy tank, the FP4211, to which I tried, like, so lucky I didn't get the ATGM through the viewport, but anyway, I know where I need to aim for, and I'll just go for the biggest target there. And I still went a little low. I was aiming for the hatch, but either way, I did damage. Now I'm just waiting again on the reload, as happens with these type of tanks. So, and now it's just, wait, please don't look at me. Just don't look at me. Oh great, not looking at me. And this is where staying perfectly still and aiming sometimes can be really helpful. First round went wide, and then boom, got the hatch. And now we come across the final tank, the Begleitpanzer. This is one of those, when you have ATGMs, I just need a sliver. That's all I need. Fortunately, they had the more power, but the match is over shortly, so we're going to cut right to the end. I'm going to say, hey, these two tanks are quite the destructive duo, and I hope you like and subscribe. Comment down below if you agree with me, and what other tanks do you feel are compatible with each other. With that said, I hope you accomplish the op and get the Ignis Purgatio for yourself because it is an awesome tank. I hope you keep your tracks on the ground. The RG's in your favor. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.